Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Michael Griggs, and welcome back to Griggs Talks, where we talk all things sports. And we're back for another match reaction. Man United, 3 points in the bag. Not the best, not the prettiest of performances, but as the title of the show says, 3 points is 3 points, and you gotta take those one international break. The bright side, no Man United for 2 weeks, so you guys can all be happy. Just watching basketball and all that kind of stuff. Other sports are live. And typically, I know how to do match reactions by myself, but I figured it's time I bring someone that I've probably done like 100 videos now on YouTube. We've done so many videos together, but yet I never had it on my channel because I usually do the solo stuff. But I figured today, last Man United game for a couple of weeks. We're not going to talk that much United over the next couple of weeks. We're going to go do some other stuff. So I figured let's talk about it one last time. My boy, Staffy, from Staffy TV. You guys are probably already know him if you're here because most of my subscribers are from Staffy TV. So I always appreciate him for that. How you doing, my boy?
Good, bro. Good. Before we get into anything, listen, I know you just said we're probably not going to be talking about United in the next couple weeks. Listen, let me remind you how international breaks work. United win, lose, or draw a game, and then you wake up the next day. There's going to be news about Sancho, the manager, the board, the ownership, the lunch lady, the jacuzzi. Something's going to happen. So if you think we're not going to talk about United for 2 weeks, let me remind you, that's not how this club works.
Okay, I forgot.
Maybe for 2 weeks we won't talk about football. Yes, because we don't have a game in 2 weeks. But I bet you tomorrow we're going to wake up. There's going to be some news about Sancho. But thank you for having me, bro. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. And let's get Griggs to 200 subs because I just checked right now. My boy's on 174. Thank God. 2 days ago, you're at like 161, something like that.
So Staffy TV, that one afternoon show we did, though, them guys held it down, by the way. Big up JJ, big up Griggsy and Staffy. That's the Hassam Griggsy. And yeah, bro, let's talk about the game. Obviously, when we saw the lineup, obviously, I don't know what time you woke up. I woke up around 9 a.m. Where does the lineup come out?
Same.
Obviously, it's the same thing. What were your initial thoughts on the lineup? Not that many changes. It was just that Wan-Bissaka apparently is ill again, bro. We have like so many illnesses, bro. We're like it's so ridiculous. Our players have the immune system of an 8-year-old at these days. So Reguilon came back in the lineup. Dalot's still at right back. Midfield, the same thing as we saw on Wednesday. The attack, the same thing. No Anthony again, which we'll talk about that. But what were your initial thoughts on the lineup?
First of all,
big up Saeed with the Raiders. We just came from the debate show. You guys make sure you check that out too.
Yeah. What
did I say again? Wingfielders. No more wingfielders at Man United, bro. Sancho, Anthony, Mason Mount's another one. Kago, Mkhitaryan, all these guys that we signed as wingfielders. No more at United. Regular wingers. Pedro Neto. That's what we need.
Wait, hold on. Before we get into anything, big up Saeed, first of all, for the raid. I'm going to go back and watch that show. I don't know how many people just tuned in right now. But whether it's 10, whether it's 1,000 of you, I don't care how many. Everyone right now, smash a like button on the show and make sure you subscribe to Griggs because if Saeed is sending in a raid, it means I trust these people. So don't disappoint me like this United team every day, every game we play. You guys, I trust you much more than I trust this 11 that we put every game. So I need everyone right now to go to him and get him to 200 subs because I can swear he's about 26 away. Anyways, 26. Back to what you were saying, Griggs, the lineup. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I woke up very late. I woke up exactly 9:18. Don't ask me why I remember the exact minute. That was about 42 minutes before the game. Big up, Saeed. And I saw the lineup, and I will be honest, I was not surprised. I thought, and I'll tell you why. I thought that last game, if it wasn't for the decisions from the referee, we would have seen a different United than what we've been seeing all season. Because I think the way we played last game, especially with Rashford on the right, the way we were building up more of a 4-4-2 form rather than that 3-6-1, 3-1-6 we've been doing all season, all that stuff. When I was looking at that, I was like, you know what? Maybe Ten Hag was cooking something last game because the beginning of the game was probably the best start we had all season. To score, especially in the first 5 minutes, we've been struggling to score goals all season, but then in the end, last game, we scored 2 in the first 20 minutes. So I saw that and I was like, you know what? He's going to try that again because first of all, he's very known for trying the same formation a couple games in a row, especially when it doesn't work the first time. This time it didn't work because of refereeing decisions, in my opinion. So I was like, you know what? 100% he's going to persist with it. He's going to try it again, and he's going to try to prove that last game he was going to win if it wasn't for the red card and the penalty, and offside and all that. I wasn't surprised at seeing that. However, obviously, Wan-Bissaka being out, that's something that's out of his control. I mean, he was ill, but it's just like one of those injuries. All season, he's been put in situations where he has to play certain players because of injuries. That was one change that I don't think he would have made if Wan-Bissaka was available. Same as Lindelof. I think he would have played Evans again if he was available, but obviously he wasn't. and the closest thing to what he's trying to do with his center backs is Lindelof. And when I say that, don't get me wrong, I'm not rating Lindelof over Varane. However, the way he's trying to use his center backs and complement his center backs with build up, Lindelof is closer to an Evans than Varane is. And that's why I wasn't surprised to see Lindelof starting. Obviously, we know Reguilon had to come in as default because we don't have any other fullbacks. I think the midfield and the attack were unchanged. So pretty much you can tell that last game and this game was the same exact tactics. So just to sum it all up, no, I wasn't really surprised with the lineup.
Yeah, obviously the big decision was because since Evans went out, people thought, okay, Varane come back into the lineup now. Made sense, but obviously after yesterday's news from the Telegraph that said that Ten Hag and Varane are obviously falling out now, that's pretty much been confirmed. We all know Magadaloff, as I like to call them, Maguire and Lindelof is going to come in. Anthony, though, I didn't, it was obviously we haven't seen Anthony get dropped like back-to-back games. Like that's the biggest surprise. It's always been like that. He's always typically started, but I like to see the consistent front three now. Maybe try something else out because Ten Hag, the first thing that he always he wants is a consistent lineup. He wants his lineup to be consistent every game. We saw it last year. When he had his first 11, they always played, not really rotation, and because he wants to build the patterns of play combination. And he talked about that in his press conferences, which is what this team needs now. Last year, I was more against on more rotation, but this year, obviously, with how much flip flop we've had in our lineup, we need some consistency. And if that means seeing Maguire, Lindelof, we both don't really rate like that. That's probably one of the worst center back partnerships we've seen at Man United. So be it. That's why with Varane, I'm like. Obviously, I rate Varane as a player, as a box defender. I never rated him on the ball, to be honest. I've said that multiple times.
He's not good on the ball. Yeah,
he's the best box defender, arguably maybe in the Premier League. Maybe he's better than Van Dijk at box defending, but on the ball, you can't trust him, and Ten Hag clearly doesn't do that. So he benched him, and it is what it is. I backed Ten Hag on that. I said that yesterday. I'm like, because I think you said the same thing. Varane on Wednesday looked like he gave up on that pitch. When he entered that pitch, he looked like he didn't want to be there.
He looked pissed. Yeah, from the beginning. He didn't look like he wanted to be there.
So as someone that I consider to be an uber professional, that's supposed to be uber professional, that's what we consider him. He didn't show me that, so I'm not going to give him that same respect. Staffy's right, 71 people, only 7 likes. Come on, guys.
I didn't want to listen. I don't know how Griggs does things on his channel. I don't mind stopping the show about 10 times a show to remind people to hit the like button. Because if I would have told Said right now that 70 of the people that you sent over couldn't hit the like button, that's one every 10 people hitting the like button. That's actually embarrassing. Guys, get the likes up right now because we're not sitting here with all these people and no one's hitting the like button. Come on, this is embarrassing. We need a better conversion rate than that. Don't give me that United conversion rate in front of goal today. We need a better conversion rate than that.
That's actually a good segue. The United conversion rate.
We must talk about it, bro. We must talk about it.
If we were in math class, we'd probably be failing. Because our conversion rate is absolutely incredible. It's like the economy at this point. It's like the stock market, bro. It's just crashing every single day. Hojlund, who we all rate, big up AFC Craze for liking and subscribing. Appreciate you, my boy. We talk about our Hojlund, who we both rate. We said he's probably the one bright spark this season out of the humongous amount of that negative stuff that we have in Hojlund. But that series that he missed in the first couple minutes, for me, that's inexcusable. You got to score that. As someone that hasn't scored a Premier League goal yet, by the way, which most other strikers that haven't scored a Premier goal in 9 games will not be getting the kind of pass that he's getting because our team has been so bad. But when you get that kind of chance, you got to bag. I know Omar on Saeed's show was saying that the ball was bouncing around a little bit, wasn't the easiest of chances. At that angle, right in front of goal, you got to bag that. No matter if your name is Nicholas Jackson, if your name is Nicholas Bentner from 10 years ago, whether your name is Rasmus Hojlund, another dangerous guy, you got to bag. And he didn't. And it's a shame because I feel like he's cursed. I can't lie, bro. Because this is the guy that's at the same time the top goal scorer in Champions League against the likes of Harry Kane, Erling Haaland. But in the Premier League, he scored less than the likes of Dom Solanke, who scored a brace today, by the way. It's fascinating. But also Garnacho. I know you're not the biggest fan of Garnacho. I've known that from the beginning. I remember when we did that Arsenal that United thing. You rated him. You tiered him really low. I was shocked at that at first, but with Garnacho, I will say this though. He is actually a lot overrated because I've always said this though too. His ball striking is horrid.
Bro, the guy can't kick, bro. Like you said, he can't strike a ball, bro. And his decision. Let me go to Hojlund first because if I go on Garnacho, bro, I'll speak for hours.
I'll give you a monologue on Garnacho.
I'll speak about that in a minute. Let me go to Hojlund first because Hojlund, listen, I rate his overall game. I think he's been very good for us. in the build-up phases and off the ball. He does a lot of pressing, which is why he did his hamstring today, because the guy doesn't stop running on and off the ball. His hold up, everything he does, his link up, everything he does is good. Even the movement that he has in the box is very good. Today, though, that's inexcusable. You should be burying that 100%. I know Omar likes to sit there and waffle, and I'm not surprised what you just told me that he said on the debate show. I can't wait to go back and watch that debate show, because already that's two things that you mentioned, and I'm like, holy shit, what was going on there? If you spend 75 million for a striker, I don't care who he is, I don't care anything that has to do with that player. All I know is you should be scoring a chance like that. Was it the easiest of chances? Probably not, because it's always hard to strike a ball when it's in the air. However, he got a very clean strike. So this is why I'm confused why Omar is like saying anything. Because it's not like he missed the ball. He got a very clean strike on the ball. He just couldn't score. He kicked it towards the goalkeeper. He should be 1,000% scoring that, because I've seen him score a few harder chances in the Champions League. I'm not going to dwell over it too much. We still won the game. We missed a lot of chances. This is a game where you could have won 3 or 4-0 if we took our chances. It is what it is. It's just unfortunate because we know he needs his first goal in the Premier League. I think that's 8 games that he's played on or off the bench. Starting or off the bench, and he still hasn't scored. But I trust that he'll eventually get his goals. Garnacho, though. Let me tell you something about this kid, bro. Here's the issue. I wouldn't have an issue with Garnacho if our fan base didn't rate him so highly. I think it's only because he's Argentinian and because he's played in the national team with Messi, because he wears Ronaldo underwear and boxer briefs, okay? And he does the suey, and he dyed his hair blonde, and he has his teeth look like AirPods. If it wasn't for all that, I don't think the fans would have rated it, okay? We overrate a lot of our young talent, okay? When I look at all the talent that we produced in recent years, if Garnacho, if his name was Josh Smith or something, and he was naturally blonde, not dyed his hair like him, I promise you no one would have rated him. Because I didn't rate Elanga, and I think Elanga has an overall game better than Garnacho, if I'm being very honest with you. You look at Garnacho today, that chance that he missed one-on-one, it just shows me everything that I've always thought of that player.
Now, he didn't even shoot, by the way. He didn't even shoot that.
Which is the issue to me, Griggs. A lot of people are going to be like, you know what, Staffy, relax, don't overdo it. He's a kid, he's 18, this, and that. No, you're the same people that are over, not overrating, but you're getting so excited over Zaire Emery and Yamin Lamal, and you're talking about Kobe Mainoo coming back and all that. So it means that you don't look at age when you see the talent. I look at this kid, and outside of his ego and his aura that he basically forced it on the fan base, the kid doesn't do anything on the pitch, bro. That first touch that he took, when I forgot who played him the ball, I think it was Bruno.
Hojlund. It was Hojlund.
Or Hojlund, yeah. If he takes the ball to his left, he has an open goal. The fact that he took the ball to his right, where it's easier for the goalkeeper, and there's a center back coming back, which is why he couldn't even get a strike on it, shows me everything that I know about this player. Because his first touch wasn't good, and his IQ was even worse. Because in no world are you supposed to take that ball on your dominant foot. Because you bring it back into play, the goalkeeper and the defender are going to it. If he just fints the goalkeeper and he goes to his left, that's an easy score for him. Easy open goal. And outside of that chance, everything he's done during the game, bro, I don't like players who have nothing outside of taking on defenders. Now, you can tell me, listen, he's a winger. He's meant to be direct and take on defenders. I get that. I understand that. That's if you're Jeremy Doku. Because you know what? If you're Jeremy Doku and you're a one-trip pony, but you're very good at that one trip, I'm going to shut up. The kid offers nothing outside of trying to take on defenders, which I'm not going to lie. If defenders it's early in the game, and if they're more physically dominant than him, which is very more likely to happen because he's much smaller than his opponent, and if it's early in the game and they still have energy and legs, he doesn't get past defenders. I want you to compare his moments from last season to this season. Go look at all his moments. His best moments are off the bench, because when he brings that electric pace and the directness and all that against defenders that are a little bit tired, it's 60 minutes plus. They don't want to chase down the wingers at that point and all that. That's when he's more effective. But when he plays for 90 minutes, I cannot tell you one time I watched him, except for maybe that Palace game where we won 3-0, that he started and I'm like, you know what? This guy gave me a complete winger's performance. I don't even want goals. Wallah, I don't want goals. I just want to see a complete performance. And I don't see anything from him. And when people say he's too young, I don't see glimpses. There's players I could look at them. I'm like, you know what? There's a glimpse of the future. I could see what they're going to become. Hojlund is 20. And I could look at Hojlund and be like, you know what? Imagine Hojlund when he's 26, 27. I could see a lot more in his game. And in terms of Hojlund, when he's 26, 27, he's at least more physically built than he is right now. And he's learned a lot more about the game and he's more experienced than now. I can see him being a monster. I look at Garnacho. I'm like, bro, you're going to be in Celta Vigo in a couple of years. I don't see anything in his game. I swear, bro. And it disappoints people because like it's fashionable to overhype these United youngsters. He's just not it, bro. I think he's our worst winger, if I'm being honest with you. Every winger we have, I rate him over him. Even Anthony and Pellistri, I rate him over Garnacho. And that's always been my stance on him, by the way. Just not after today.
Yeah, one thing I'll back with Staffy that he's consistent on that. He never was. Let's go through some comments real quick before I give my thoughts on Garnacho. Hojlund needs to bag one. I agree with that. The goals will come. The brother's too erratic in front of goal. I do. He's kind of that striker that he can score in bunches. We saw it in Champions League. Like he scored that first Champions League goal. It's come pretty much every game except the home leg against Copenhagen. He just needs that one. Rasmus will come good when he does, then will be a 20 to 30 season player with the right support information. I agree with that. More creative wingers. JJ said, thank you, Garnacho. He discusses shots or overhits it. I think one of my boys brought that up on Twitter, and then I focused on it more, and I realized, bro, every single time he's one-on-one, he cuts onto his right from the wing, like when Rashford does it, Rashford always shoots low. He tries to like go shoot side net.
It goes like this.
He always shoots it over the bar. Or when he shoots left, it either always goes wide. But the thing is, when it's like one-on-one in space, he's typically a good striker because that's when he aims low. He tries to go side netting at that point. Like he tried to go side netting against Copenhagen on Wednesday, but the goalkeeper saved it. Yeah, but Hojlund was there to back it up, which is always good. On the game against Spurs, August Garnacho was terrible. I agree with that. Impact player. You got a chance, Viva Garnacho for what? We saying, bro, did they give a chance to anyone these days? That's crazy.
Look at Omar.
What did Omar say? What?
That's why I'm laughing. Last comment.
Oh,
second to last.
Staffy hot in yellow. Get my boy the third leg. You know what? I don't have the clips that Staffy does. So to play the whoa. I don't got the WWE clips over here, but shout out Omar though. Oski, that's the boy. Here we got our got Mike Dass in the building, the Pro Club's legend Mike Dass. That's our utility player because he'll play anywhere on the pitch and he'll drop 10 out of 10. That's what we like to see always. That's what Man United needs. Someone that will play all over the pitch and drop consistent performances. Not every day 1 out of 10s, man. He needs to watch Anthony Gordon tapes, bro. If you know me, I've been high on Anthony Gordon for a minute. I'm like, once this guy gets out of the mud that is Everton, especially back then, they're obviously a little better now. They won today, to be fair to them. He'll look good. Anthony Gordon has been sensational for Newcastle. Scored the winner last week against Arsenal, too. Even Leno would be a better signing. I don't know what that is in relation to be honest.
Has no relation to the wingers, but thank you for the comment. Anyways, make sure you hit the like button, bro.
Rashford at least has a knuckleball on the ball naturally. He needs to learn finesse. Yo, you know what? I said this on Staffy during the halftime show. I'm like, as someone that like watches Ronaldo, that he probably watches Ronaldo like about 10 hours a day, or at least he used to when he was a kid. You would think he knew how to shoot, bro. Like Mason Mount, when he does free kicks, you can see that he tries to knuckle them because he said I watched a lot of Ronaldo free kicks when I was younger. Like I remember seeing him like training. Like there's like a video of him when he's like 9 years old doing the knuckleball techniques like Ronaldo. He had like the haircut too, the spiky hair. Bro, this kid, Garnacho, bro, he doesn't do anything like Ronaldo. All he knows how to do like Ronaldo is the sui. That's about it. Our 2 number 8s. We'll talk about the midfield soon. I'll be the next point. But before that, with Garnacho, I don't think he'll be in Celta Vigo in a couple of years. That might be a little too harsh. But
all right, Atletico Bilbao, same thing. He's not going to be here in a couple of years.
That's a good level. But no, I do agree though, like in the sense that he has a lot of limitations to his game right now that he needs to develop. And like for me, honestly, he needs a loan in the championship. What we did with Ahmad, when we sent him for a year, I want to see what he does there because then he'll have more of the responsibility. He'll learn how to do that because for right now, he's just an impact player. And that's why he stayed last year because he had that impact. He had the X factor in a sense. That's why, like Pellistri, for example, I tweeted this in the summer too. I said Pellistri has a lot more attributes than Garnacho, but Garnacho has match-winning ability, which Ten Hag really valued last year. And he still has match-winning ability, like even now, because like he'll have the odd shot in that. But he has so much to work on. The dribbling, for example, he dribbles always in a straight line. Traffic tunnel dribbler. The weak foot still needs to, he does use the weak foot a little more than I would have expected a winger to do, which is good. But like I tweeted this today, I'm like, why does Rashford have to do the right wing shift and not Garnacho? And then someone said because that's out of position. I'm like, a right-footed winger should never be considered out of position on the right wing. you should be able to do both wings at a decent level minimum. If you're
That's
better
why
on the left, you're better, that's fair. But on the right
that
wing, like you should be, bro, especially someone that has pace, considered to have pace and a decent dribble that can just go down the byline like Pelestri does and just fizz the ball across the box. You should be
you know
able
what
to
it is? He holds the width well. Okay, I'll give him that. When he gets the ball, you just said it perfectly. He likes to dribble in straight lines. If you're a right-footed player and you're on the right wing, and let's say you cook your defender on the wing, it's easy to just cut in and cross. It's much harder to cut in on your dominant foot and try to shoot, because that's what he does. And this is why all his shots are off target. He doesn't even strike the ball well. It's easier to cross the ball because, listen, I keep saying this. When you're a winger and you play on your dominant foot, so if you're a right winger, you play on the right, or you're a left winger, you play on the left, the decision making is easier for you. The decision makes itself. The minute you pass your defender, you have only one option. You got to cross from that position. You know, maybe you can cut into the byline a little bit more and try to pass it, you know, like that sweaty goal we always do in FIFA. You know, that's what Pelistri does. Pelistri loves to drive to the byline, you know, but it's easier. If you imagine Pelistri on the left-hand side, it's much harder for him to play there because his game is more running, going to the byline, and crossing. That's the same thing I see Garnacho doing. The only difference is he cuts onto his right, shoots, it always hits the defender, or when he cuts, he loses the ball, or he just hits it wide. I don't understand why we would rather put Rashford on the right, which I think he did decent, by the way, on the right. But why would we put Rashford, who has better shooting ability than Garnacho, on the right-hand side where he's forced to pass or cross, and we're leaving Garnacho on the left, who doesn't have a good strike, who's not really renowned for scoring a lot on the cut-in or whatever. Like, if you look at really all of Garnacho's goals, most of them come from one-on-one situations where maybe someone played him in and he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper and he was able to put it past him. I would love for you to name me at least 5 goals where Garnacho cut in and he hit it from outside the box, or he cut in slightly inside the box and shot and he scored. There's not a lot of them. There was only one that I remember in the cup last year.
West Ham.
Where was it? West Ham. I just remember he curled it around some of them. We won like 3-1, 3-2.
Yeah, it was the winner.
That's the only one that I remember. But all the other ones, even the Arsenal one that was ruled offside, it was one-on-one. You know, the one that he scored against Fulham last season was one-on-one. The one that he scored, not one-on-one, but like Eriksen kind of played in technically behind the defender. So it was almost one. Yeah, he ran into space. Same thing as the goal that he had in what was it? The Europa League in the group stages when he did it was his first goal that got assisted by Ronaldo. Same idea. He doesn't really cut in, shoot. Rashford, yes, he's been shit at it this season. Yeah. But we all seen what Rashford did last season. Remember that goal against Arsenal's example. Rashford has a strike.
He can create his own. It's kind of like bad. People are gonna hate this because
he can create his own shot.
He can create his own shot. Garnacho's like a catch and shoot type of guy. He needs the ball laid onto him and he could just shoot it. Like 100%. That's what it is. And that's obviously he's still young, so he can develop it, but it will take work, and it's something that he needs to work on. Obviously, we're not in a position to loan him out because we don't have that many wingers in general. So obviously that won't happen. But some work needs to be done on the training ground with him a lot. Like he needs a proper coach, and this is the right age for him to get it. Because I wish like Rashford got that kind of coaching when he was younger. Like he obviously just had more natural ability, but I promise you, if Pep Guardiola had gotten his hands on Marcus Rashford, he would have been playing right wing, and he would have just been able to go down. How Raheem Sterling did, that would have been it. Very similar to that. Mm-hmm. Thoughts on Mount, like Chelsea days, Rashford left, Bruno, Hojlund. The thing with Mount is I do think that he's more of like a winger in a sense that he's a wing fielder. I said no more wing fielders. Mount for me is a wing fielder. That was his best at Chelsea when Tuchel played a 3-back, and it was like a 3-4-2-1 in a sense. And Mount was always either like in the left half space or the right half space. Mount is a half space player in my opinion.
It was like him, Ziyech, those type of players. Yeah, we're not pure wingers, and they kind of try to play in the middle.
That worked because Chelsea had overlapping fullbacks, and your Ben Chilwell's and your Reece James, who were able to.
They played 5 in the back, yeah. Reece James and Chilwell were technically their wingers. Yeah,
they always create the width, so Chelsea always had the overload in the central. We don't have those kind of fullbacks. We do not have we definitely don't have a Ben Chilwell. You know, Luke Shaw can do it but Luke Shaw always isn't like overlapping in the sense. And we definitely don't have a Reece James. That's for absolute sure. So I think it could work with Mason Mount. I think with a Hojlund, it could work like with a Mount and Ahmad wing fieldership, I guess you could say, because I think Ahmad's kind of more of like a wing fielder too. He loves to play more central. And then with a Hojlund up top, that could work. But we need to get like bombing fullbacks. Like that's when we would need a Jeremy Frimpong, for example. That's where he fits in. You'd have to get a more adventurous fullback than Luke Shaw, but that's hard to find these days. Like you'd have to get like a Nuno Mendes or something like that. SPK said Rafael Leao or Garnacho. I don't think that should ever be a debate. I don't think you can find a single person that likes football, that watches football, that is associated with the sport of football that would ever pick Alejandro Garnacho. I don't think Garnacho's brother on Twitter, that Roberto guy, would pick Garnacho over Leao. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That's like saying a Lambo over a Toyota. Like, why did you even have to say that? Like, you should have. Some things shouldn't have to be said. That was one of them. SPK, but that was too obvious.
I don't want no Frimpong, man. Scary link. He's doing. I agree with that. I don't want Frimpong. I want a more like balanced right back, like a Vanderson, like a Ba, this kid Santos from Lille, kind of like just more balanced. Like they can go. They're adventurous. They can hold the width and stuff like that, but they also have a physical bone in their body. Because Frimpong, bro, as I got to defend 1v1. It's over for you, bro. If you guys think Reguilon is scary defensively, wait till you see more Frimpong because that dude might be he's skinnier than me, and I'm a pretty skinny guy, so they speak for that. But Mason Mount, I actually want to talk about him because you're also not one of Mason Mount's biggest fans. I'm not gonna say like you're a hater of him, you just didn't want the signing. But for me today, I thought he did really well, especially out of possession. I thought he was probably when he came on, I thought he was excellent out of possession. I think he won like 6 out of 7 of his duels. The one time he did give the ball away, I'm pretty sure you remember that, where like it was a terrible pass backwards, but he won the ball back, which is always good. That's what
Ross Barkley.
I remember. Yeah. So I thought for me today he was better. On the ball, he wasn't anything special. I can't lie, but I don't know if you noticed, he drifted a lot off to the right. Kind of like he helped kind of create like a triangle with when Rashford was on the right. What would you rate? What would you like? What did you feel about his performance? And do you think that kind of performance maybe resonates him into getting a start when we come back from international break?
Here's the thing. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember all the performances from the game because, first of all, because of my watch-alongs. Secondly, I like to go back and rewatch everything in depth to get my full analysis. The thing is, I don't really remember anything bad or anything great from Mount, which could be a positive or could be a negative. I've heard a lot of people praise him today, and I'm like, what did I miss out on? And then I watched a few comps. I'm like, all right, I hear it. I think he had a good cameo. The thing is, though, does that warrant a start? I don't think so. Because what he did in the second half, I think it was because of the circumstances of the game. He came on. He usually brings him on late, especially when he's about to take Hojlund. Like even last game, he took him out. Sorry, he took out Hojlund and brought him out at the same time. I feel like he usually brings him to give him a shift of extra energy, more pressing, stuff like that. Once again, off the ball, he did his thing. But did he do great on the ball? Did he maintain the ball? Did he do all that stuff? I don't think he brings anything from that aspect, which is why when I look at it, I still feel like this midfield with him and Bruno and McTominay is not a good midfield. Now, could he be in that midfield if we have a different type of midfield? So McTominay not being there, Bruno not being there, would he have a place? I think so. I don't think he gave me anything today to warrant him a start because I've already seen him fall out of favor with the manager because he doesn't think that this midfield works, him, Bruno, and whoever the DM is. There was parts, by the way, today that we played without a DM, if you noticed. And it was mainly because we're playing against Luton. Like, if you really think of it, when Eriksen came, our DM was technically Eriksen, if you really think of it. And he wasn't a DM because of his defensive efforts. It was because, like, today the manager knew that he wants players on the front foot more, which is why when Mount came on, I mean, bro, in the second half, we had a lot of chances to score again. We kept winning the ball in their half. He was leading the press again. He was doing all these things. But that is not going to happen in the rest of the games. That's a home game at Luton. Let's be honest. If 2 months ago, when the schedule came out, and I told you which game is going to be the easiest game of our season, you would have pointed at that one. You could have been like, Luton at home is the easiest game we're going to play all season. And today, it kind of looked like it at times, and it didn't look like it at times because the scoreline didn't really show it. Mount came on, had a good cameo, but the midfield to me is still an issue. And it's not more of me hating or loving Mount. It really isn't. By the way, today I was in a space and I told them I think Mount is the flop of. They were asking who's the flop of the season so far, like in terms of signings. I said it's Mount, and I said it's not necessarily because of Mount and what he does. It's down to the fact that we spent all this money for him and he still can't find a way to use him in that midfield. And today was another one of them. He used them in the second half against Luton. Did it work? Yes. Is it going to happen again? No. I still look at this midfield and I don't see where Mount fits. That's the issue with me. When Eriksen came out, you even said, I think on my halftime, you were like, we're lacking so much creativity because we lost Eriksen. It was either you or someone else. And Mount coming on didn't really give us that creativity. He gave us the energy, he gave us the legs, but he didn't give us any creativity. And that's why, for that reason, I look at him and I don't think this midfield with Mount in it is ever going to work. The only way for that midfield to work with Mount in it is like if you redo the whole midfield. And that includes Bruno and whoever the DM is. But I don't know if the manager is going to do that, especially in the middle of the season like that. So
That's a fair point, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, I've always thought that he'd be the connector in the midfield because, like, he can't be the chief creator because he doesn't have that kind of creativity in his bag, which is not his fault. But it's a tough one. Obviously, we don't know what the next against Everton, for example, we don't know what the midfield's going to be because we don't know what the extent of Eriksen's injury could be. It might just be like a 1 week thing where he just misses the camp with Denmark and he just stays in Carrington and he like kind of rehabs real quick 2 weeks and he's back against Everton. But when we look at that Everton matchup real quick, for example, that's a midfield that includes Amadou or Nana. So that kind of midfield, he can just destroy our whole midfield by himself because he's that physical profile. Like if you play like an Eriksen deep in that game, good night. You're gonna get run past. It's gonna be.
I think he's even gonna be available for it.
Actually, hopefully, maybe not. Maybe Amrabat, but that's another discussion for another day. But it is interesting. But I did think Mount was good. I thought McTominay was good, to be honest with you, especially in the second half more than the first half. The first half he was playing this advanced thing again, which makes no sense to me. But the second half where he played as a 6, I thought like he did well to like when he won the ball back, he mostly went forward with it, which is good. That's why I want to see more from McTominay, not like. He always keep it safe. He went forward. He carried the ball well. He drew a lot of fouls, which always took the sting out of a game, which is always good when you're winning 1-0 because you don't want the other team to get momentum. And every time they looked like they were getting momentum, McTominay was able to intercept it. And I tweeted this as well. I said, that's McTominay's best role in the team. Last 20 minutes, you throw him on and you let him run around because he's a great athlete. He knows how to carry the ball well at a decent level. And he's good at drawing fouls because he knows how to like shield the ball well. And he's strong, so if someone like fouls him, he can fall over, and the referee's gonna be like, "Yo, how the hell did you push him over? That's got to be a foul. There's no other way." So, what do you think about that? Like, kind of using McTominay in that role? Do you think like maybe Ten Hag will eventually adjust to that as more midfielders get healthy? As when Lissandro and Shaw come back, then he might not see the use of McTominay in midfield as important anymore.
I think when we have Shaw and Martinez back in the team, he's gonna redo this whole thing again. I think he's trying to find a way to. How do I say this? I think he's realized that. I think we said it on my channel, Griggs. There's certain players that work with each other, and that's what he's doing right now. He's looking at the majority that's available that he thinks that can work together in a certain structure, and I'm going to use that for now. I don't think that's his plan forever. That's not the team that he's trying to build. But when Luke Shaw and Martinez are back as an example, I think he's going to go back to kind of like that slow build up from the back. When I look at today, let me try to relate this to McTominay. When I said we're looking like more of a 4-4-2 shape and like McTominay's that one more advanced player for me, it's not because he's the most creative. He has him off the ball doing a lot of pressing with behind Hojlund. And on the ball, I believe there's so many times where I saw him like, like you're that second striker coming in to crash the box. He had that late header in the second half where the goalkeeper made a good save. That could have easily been a 2-0 right there. He has him doing that role, which I believe he kind of stretched out the pitch, which is why he has Rashford on the right. And then when you have that one midfielder who's not creative, but he's out there to kind of like, offer that threat behind Hojlund. When Hojlund is not there getting the ball, whatever, this is the second guy that is kind of making these runs or whatever on and off the ball. When I see that, I'm like, you know what? He's kind of adapting to what he has right now. Right now, what we have is going to the sides, the wingers, and try to create something towards the middle. We're not doing a lot of buildup, in my honest opinion, from the middle of the park. When you look at it, we're not really relying on Bruno to do a lot in the middle. We're not even employing someone like the reason Matt was in there in the second when he was there in the second half. He wasn't there to create anything with Bruno or whatever. He was also just given all the extra runs and all that stuff. So when I'm looking at it, I don't think we're trying to play the same way he was trying to do in the beginning of the season. The beginning of the season, there was a lot of buildup from the middle, whereas right now, it's kind of more going to the wings. And to go more to the wings, he's using, what's his name, McTominay, in that little like 10/shadow striker role. So on the ball, he's giving him that extra body in the box. And off the ball, he's giving him that press. If you saw our structure when we pressed today, there's a lot of times where you would see Hojlund pressing like up here, and like McTominay would be slightly behind him, but towards the right. And it looked like we were pressing with two strikers, So I think he's gonna keep using McTominay for now because it is working. At the end of the day, we did get the win, whether we like it or not. Did get the win, and McTominay seems to always finds himself either on the score sheet, or assisting a goal, or almost scoring a goal. So far it's working. But is it sustainable? Is it something that he's gonna do forever? No, because I do see us eventually going back to Martinez and Shaw when they're back, having that build up from the back, playing. I gotta use that American term. They're kind of like quarterbacks, especially Shaw. Shaw is like a deep lying creator. He's a creator from the back line. Same as Lissandro. Lissandro, especially with his ball carrying, because when he comes back in, he's gonna have Lissandro doing what he was doing the best, which is carrying the ball into that midfield. And when he does that, I think when he does, which is why, by the way, I don't think we're seeing Kobe Mainoo, because I don't think he's relying on that midfield heavily in the build-up.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to put Mainoo with that kind of center back partnership in as well.
Exactly. You look at it, it's not really what he's doing. So I don't think there's a point of having Mainoo there, because Mainoo's a very good ball carrier in the midfield, but I don't think right now he's relying on his midfield so much.
I like that.
So
I never thought about that. I like that.
Think of it when you think of it. Lissandro, let's say Lissandro's there. He gets the ball, he carries the ball into the midfield. Who is he carrying the ball into? Kobe Mainoo. Okay, that's two ball carriers. A center back who's now technically playing as a midfielder because he carried the ball into the midfield, and he has like a Kobe Mainoo next to him, or even an Eriksson next to him, which I don't think he'll do a lot, but he's the best example next to it. That's something that I see him doing with them being available. But as of right now, who's carrying the ball into that midfield?
Maguire.
No. Maguire, who's not really good at it, but let's say he's carrying it to the midfield. Who's he carrying it into? Bruno. Bruno's not the best player in the when you're talking about being deep in the midfield. Is he the best player in the midfield to get the ball, pass it around, or move around with it, or carry the ball up? No. Does Mount do that? No. To a certain extent, maybe his ball carrying in terms of dribbling is good, but he's definitely not that good.
Mount's ball carrying strengths always came when he received the ball in the half turn and he was able to run into the space with it. He's not like kind of like Bruno tries to do this and it doesn't work well. But Bruno's the one that Bruno's more of a ball carrier. He'll pick up the ball from the center back, right? The center back will pass it to him and he'll kind of run with it, try to carry it up the pitch and stuff like that. But he's not
good at it. Which is why a lot of times you've seen it today. He gets the ball and he looks up and he really wants to make that pass. But when he doesn't find a pass, how many times today did he lose the ball because when he couldn't find the pass, he had to dribble? There's a few times he won a foul and I was okay with it. I'm like, Bruno, this is why you don't need to do that every time. Don't get the ball and just go up like this every time. But that's it. That's his limitation, So when you look at it, this is why I think this is the midfield we're using right now, because he's not even trying to run. The midfield for us is very stationary, by the way. They're just there. You pass to them when you have to pass to them. Most of the time, they're just doing a lot of off-the-ball work. But right now, we're just relying on getting the ball, going to the wings, which is why Delo was there, which is why what's his name was there, Reguilon was there. It's a lot of work on the wings, but that wasn't a lot of work in the midfield.
Oh, that is a good point. Honestly, we also got to talk about the two people that are always talked about in Man United, no matter what the performance is. Bruno and Marcus Rashford. Obviously, Rashford, I thought he had a decent game. I think it was a better game than we've seen from him most of the season. Obviously, he had the chance to Hojlund in the first minute, which should have been an assist. That could have changed the whole trajectory of his performance if he got the assist, more confidence. For me, he technically kind of created the goal because he's the one that played the ball into the middle of that 6-yard box, which is always what you want from your winger. That he knows the fundamentals of that. As a winger, if you play the ball into the box, good things usually happen. At the very worst, your player gets a shot on it and it goes in as a goal, or the defender doesn't know how to clear it and it either leads in a corner or it could lead to an own goal, deflection, all that kind of stuff. And he did that. He had a couple other good crosses, I think. But then he had that big chance that he missed, which Anthony did really well, to be fair. That was a great pass by Anthony. That's probably one of the best passes he's probably made in his United career.
Should have scored that. 100%
he should have banged that. So with Rashford, obviously, Ten Hag has put him on the right wing because he thinks that he offers the basics of it really well right now. And he offers that kind of dynamism still because he has a good cross on him in a sense. I think Rashford's cross from the right wing is actually a really decent cross because he puts a lot of power into it. But it's come to the point where obviously he has off the field issues, which we're not going to talk about. He has that looming in the back of his head, the poor performances. And then based on today's performance, do you think that it's time for him to kind of get dropped, looking at what is also available though on the bench, or do you think that Ten Hag should persist with him for now until at least maybe an Ahmad comes back fully from fitness?
I think he's done well actually on the right. Was he great on the right? No, but compared to what we've been having recently, I think first of all he gave up on Anthony. Which did I say that when you were on my channel today? I said
Yeah,
if he sells Anthony, I might go back to Ten Hag again. Because I respect the person that not only acknowledges a mistake but also fixes it. And guys, let's get the 30 likes. We're 8 likes away from 30. There's 8 of you right now that are watching that still haven't liked the video. So when I'm saying this, just know I'm talking about you. Go hit the like right now and get it done with. I think he's acknowledged that Anthony is just not fitting what this team he's trying to build. I mean, especially listen, when you really think of what I've been talking to you about, I said we're relying heavy on our wingers in this kind of like style that he's trying to play. And do you really want high volume chances going to, when I say chances, I don't mean scoring chances, just high volume of passing and possession, everything going to Anthony? Not really, because he hasn't been playing well and he kind of slows the game down a lot. And if you're playing more of a 4-4-2, that kind of relies more on speedy wingers and wingers that like to cross the ball, wingers that try to be direct. Basically, everything Anthony is not, which is why I understand why he put him on the right. He put Rashford. Or if he would have put Garnacho, it would have been similar to me. We already spoke about that. Rashford to me on the right today was not bad. He should have had that assist to Hojlund that Hojlund missed. He did create technically the chance that we scored from. It's not an official assist, but he's the one that got the ball in that situation to begin with. So the assist might not count for him, but we know he's the reason why we scored that goal. I've seen enough from also last game where there's a few times where, I think it's easier for him now because he's been struggling with his decision-making a lot. There's people saying he shoots when he should pass. He should pass when he shoots. When he's on the right, and I keep saying this, when you're on your dominant foot on the wing, it kind of makes the decision for you. Rashford a few times today just did what he was supposed to do, beat his man or whatever, find himself in a good situation. And he was like, you know what? Now it's time to pass the ball or cross the ball into the box, which he did very well today. The chance that he missed, listen, it's unfortunate. I looked at it and I'm like, you know what? This is when I need you to score because you put this game into 2-0. The game ends early, in my opinion, because we should have won that game earlier. You make that go a game 2-0. You score it. You get your confidence up. Everything is good. That touch that he had before he shot, compare that to Rashford of last year. That's all I'm going to say to you. Go look at some of the goals or even the misses that he had last season and compare that to today. You can tell when someone really wants the ball because, bro, I'm hot. Give me the ball right now and I'm going to score. Today, that wasn't Rashford. Rashford got the ball today and he was like, yo, I haven't had a chance like this in a while. Took a touch. And to be honest, that's just poor finishing. It was in the middle towards the goalkeeper. If that's Rashford of last year, he's either hitting it first time or I know Rashford he's not really renowned for hitting the ball in first time. He always likes to take a touch. He's taking a better touch and he's putting that bottom corner. And not even far post, bro. That would have been near post. I've seen him do that last year. Remember that goal that he scored last season against Wolves where he passed someone and absolutely destroyed the ball, put it in the near post.
Yeah.
Those are the things that he was doing last season. This season, you can just tell he's lacking so much confidence. And it's because of mainly his form and off pitch issues and all that. But I looked at that today and I was like, how disappointing is it? Because I know Rashford of last season scores that with his eyes closed, but it sucks. And also it would have really helped us on that comment. Anthony would have had an assist and you know what? That would have helped him as well. I don't think an assist is saving his career at United at this point, but it would have been nice for him because maybe it would have given him a little bit of confidence. So it sucks. You could just tell that the confidence is on the floor for him. I really hope that he turns it around. I have a lot of things that I always say about Rashford, but one compliment I always gave him is that he had that X factor. Today, if he has his confidence and he's playing up to his X factor that I usually talk about, he scores that in his sleep. But unfortunately, that's the form that he's in right now. So he needs to snap out of it ASAP because, as I said, that should have been easy 2-0 right there.
I agree. I love Marcus Rashford, like that X factor, that match-winning inevitability that he's always had, even when he was struggling. I remember, I think it was that 21-22 season, when he came on his first game that season after surgery, he scored against Leicester, the goal against Wolves, even against Atalanta when he was in poor form. I remember Bruno played that one passing to him and he scored it, signed that finishing. And it's for me, I think it's that when he gets that first goal, then maybe we'll start. Obviously, he scored against Arsenal and he struggled after that, but that goal against Arsenal was that was probably his hardest chance of the season. Funnily enough, that's probably the worst shot he's taken all season. Yeah, it's his only goal, which is just the beauty of football in a sense. That's how our season. That defines our season. the hardest things have been done, but the easy things haven't been done. And it's weird because I feel bad for him. I do think he needs to get benched for one game, though. Just a little bit rest. Just get taken out of the limelight, especially, like I said, what's going on. Like, he's in the media pretty much every day now. He had that incident with, like, the club the week before after the derby. And maybe with Ahmad coming back, hopefully, I don't think Ahmad would get minutes, to be fair, right away. I think Pelestri. But I think, like, Pelestri, for example, should have gotten minutes today more because last week he was probably crucial to us, that winner that we scored against Fulham. But no minutes today. You're on mute, by the way. You're on mute, Staffy.
Oh, my bad. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
My fault. No, I was saying Pelistri would have fit us perfectly today because everything I just said earlier about our wingers and the way we're approaching the game in more of a 4-4-2, kind of like stretching out the pitch, having all that width and whatever, and having a winger playing on his dominant foot. I think Pelistri would have fit that today. I think I'm surprised I didn't see a cameo for him in the second half, especially when Pelistri wasn't playing well. Because I think at some point when it was just evidential that Garnacho's not going to have a good game, like sometimes you can just tell someone, like, you know what, today's not going to be it for him. I thought that would have been one of the first changes, put Rashford back on the left and have Pelistri on the right, because Pelistri in width against a team like this, running at the left back, going to the byline and finding these crosses where Hojlund is there waiting for it. Against this level of opposition, that change would have made sense to me. I was actually very surprised that we didn't do that. And it makes me question a lot. If Pelistri, in the circumstances that we're in, Pelistri's not playing, there's no Sancho, there's an out-of-form Anthony, Garnacho didn't play well. I'm like, bro, the guy still didn't get minutes against Luton. So what's the point of this guy in the team? Because if you're not getting minutes in these circumstances, when are you ever getting minutes? In the way that you're playing right now, if you're not getting minutes with the profile of the player that he is and the way that he's playing, if he doesn't get minutes in this team with no Diallo, with no Sancho, with no Anthony or bad form Anthony, with us having to force Rashford on the right, this guy's never getting minutes, bro. He's really never getting minutes.
Yeah,
what is the point of having?
It's clear that he needs to get sold in January, in the summer, pretty much next summer. I don't know, maybe a good sporting director kind of gets a better deal out of him, but I think it would have fit because for me, Rashford was somehow worse off to the left than the right. Like when he got onto the left wing today, he had no idea what to do. Every time he got the ball, he stopped dribbling. He pulled up, like he's about to pull up for a 3-pointer. He stopped.
Bro, he did that in the second half. Remember, he did that on the right. He didn't do it on the left. I forgot who passed him the ball, and he just stopped. And it looked like he was about to take on. He thought he was Ronaldinho. He thought he was Neymar. And then he lost it right away. I was like, bro, you're not that guy. Stop doing it.
Yeah, he tried to dribble. And then
you're not that guy.
And he's waiting for the overlap fullback. That takes 5 minutes to happen. And then he overhit the pass. Reguilon kept it in, to be fair to him. That was a good hustle play by Reguilon. I think he even did the same thing with Mount. He overhit it slightly, but they were able to keep it in. But it's bro, that kind of stuff, that's when I know Rashford's out of confidence. Because at least earlier in the year when he was out of confidence, he was taking on his fullback at all times. He's not even doing that anymore. So he's just he doesn't know how to dribble. And for me, that's ludicrous because he's the type of player, if he's one-on-one, he has the pace to beat his fullback and he has the strength to beat his fullback. Because, I think it was in the first half, bro, he had some crazy header where he jumped mad high. He's an athletic freak. We think Hojlund's an athletic freak. Rashford is just as quick as him. He's just as strong as him, and I think he has a higher leap than him. So he's a physical specimen in that sense. But it's just that confidence, bro, and that sucks because our two players that we counted banking on this season to score our goals are not clinical in front of net right now in the Premier League. Obviously, Hojlund has a UCL to back him up, which is fair, which is why he's not on the same level as Rashford in terms of being bad this year. But in the Premier League, neither of these guys can bag. That's so worrying. What happened after the Arsenal goal? I thought he'd be back. So did I, man. Every single time Rashford scores a goal, I'm like, England, he scored a goal, he's back. Against Lens,
it would have been nice for him.
But
it would have been nice for him to score going into the break, and then it kind of hit me towards the end. I was like, wait, who scored today? And I thought it was Lindelof. I was like, shit, we're still on that one GA from our attackers a game later. And if there was any game for us to bank on for finally one of our attackers to get a goal, it would have been this one. And we still did it.
So peak, bro. But we still owe the Premier League goals, by the way. We're still -3.
By the way, we might play next game. No Ten Hag on the sideline. So Yo, if we win, watch out. If we win 2-3-0, the memes are coming up.
Oh my god, bro! Vandergag gets his twin, bro. Yo, Ten Hag can literally pull up and just pretend to be Vandergag, bro. They're the same person. They're bold and Dutch.
You heard what he said. He was like, "We have a competent line of coaches or whatever. We'll be okay." I'm like, "Yeah, bro. We'll probably be okay because you're not there."
Here, bro. I'm not. I didn't even know when he got the other 2 yellow cards, bro. I don't remember when that happened.
I didn't even know. I was like, "Wait, why is he getting suspended?" Like, I didn't get it.
I forgot that was a rule. Like the 3. I'm like, whatever, man.
He has 3 yellows.
I don't know when he got the first 2.
How the hell does our manager have 3 yellows? You know, he's the only one to get booked today. Our whole team didn't get booked except for him.
He's not typically a person that like gets involved with refs. Like, but I don't know. I didn't know what he said to the ref. I think he was like pointing on his clock, bro. The refs are weak, man. Rashford is so loud on his feet. Rashford, so frustrating, bro, because it's just so frustrating. We need better. I want better from him. I expect better from him because like this hate that he keeps getting is so annoying, bro. Every single time you talk about someone on United Twitter, they always just come back with Rashford hate, which is so frustrating. But it is what he did. Think he's trying too hard to score and overthink it. Yeah, Rashford when he has to overthink might be the worst player in football. Like I'm not even joking. It's so bad when he has to think. He just needs to have like no thoughts in his head and just play football at his freedom, the freedom of expression. That's what he needs. That's what Ole was able to give to him. That's what Ten Hag gave to him last year. He's like, just go out there and win me the match. No matter how you do it. I don't care if it's like a scruffy goal. I don't care if you have to like shoot from 40 yards out. Just go win me that match. And this year, I think he has more of a tactical role in a sense because Hojlund got introduced into the team. So now you have a striker to feed. It's not Whitehorse up there no more. Like, and obviously when he had Martial up there, like, okay, that's not like this is a similar striker, but him and Martial have a relationship that's gone like 8 years now. They have a synergy together. They know how to play off each other and stuff like that. He hasn't developed that with Hojlund yet. I think it will come with time. I think he's talked about it in like press conferences. Even the crosses, you see that he's crossing more this year because he knows he has Hojlund in the box. That's a sign of a player that knows that he has to accommodate more to the striker, but it's led to a decrease in some of his other attributes, and he just has to get them back. And I don't know what it'll take. It might not even come this year, bro. We might just have a season where Rashford scored like 5 goals.
He had 5 goals,
21, 22, yeah, bro. It's happened before.
It's very doable. That's why I said when people kept saying, like, oh, we can't talk about Rashford because he scored 30 last year. That's as much as an anomaly as his 5 goals.
No, but to be fair though,
we've seen him score 5, and
that 5 goal season was more of an anomaly because the 2 previous seasons before that,
he was better.
He had like 20 plus GA.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, Griggs. He had I believe if the year before he had 16, he went from 16 to 5, then from 5.
No, he had 16 in the league. I think he had 30 GA plus in all comps that year. 2021.
No, I'm talking about just goals because I know last year he had like 40 GA. They get what I'm saying? Like Rashford's like the stock market. One day he goes like this, one day he goes like that. So they're both which one is more of an anomaly, that's fine. But you can't look at Rashford and be like he's been giving a consistent. There's players that give you a consistent 20 GA as an example every season. They'll have one high season and then one season.
It sucks because he was hanging to that trajectory early on in his career.
And then the 5 goes.
And then that 21-22 season happened, which is probably that's the season I think that just capitulated him. And last year, you're like, okay, it went all the way up.
That's what I'm saying. He's like a stock market. He crashed and then right away he went up.
I expected regression this year. I'm not gonna lie. Even the brightest of Rashford fans expected the regression, but I thought it would be like this. Like a little down there. It's gone. It's a pure downfall.
To be fair, it's not just him though. I think it's more of an attacking issue.
The whole team can't attack, but like it's not like obviously in Champions League you can say it's different because Hojlund somehow has like 5 goals. But it's so weird with him, and it's 21, 22. He had 11 and 9, so 11 goals, 9 assists, and he had 6 goals in UCL. 3 of them came in one game against Leipzig in that hat trick. Yeah, it's just frustrating with him. And then obviously we haven't talked about our captain yet, Bruno Fernandes.
We have to. Let's be honest.
Just real quick though, because I don't think Bruno he just questions like I don't get how he made it as a professional footballer sometimes because I've never seen someone be a number 10 and not know how to dribble. Like
his ball carrying is just so bad, Griggs. It's so bad.
It's so annoying because like you know that pass that he made to Eriksen in the first half, which Eriksen like kind of got onto and then he like lost it because he's not physical enough. That's a beautiful pass, bro. Not many players in world football can make that pass in that kind of pressure. It was weighted beautifully, and then he has like an easy pass to make to Hojlund, and he just doesn't know how to make it.
he's just always been that player. He's very questionable for me. Listen, I don't want to make this whole game um about Bruno because I don't think he was that horrible. He's
Yeah, he
had
wasn't
worse
that bad.
games. He wasn't a bad player today. He just had a whatever performance. But
Big up
it's
there.
just like I still look at our midfield. And listen, I was told bring a striker and he'll back goals because we created the second most chances in the league and we just don't have anyone to finish them. Now we don't have anyone to create. I guess Hojlund missed that one chance, but let's not pretend that before that the stat was that he's been deprived of a
160
big
minutes.
chance for 160 minutes. You know, and today I saw some big chances created. Don't get me wrong, but in general, we haven't been creating big chances, which is why today I felt like we were just resting for the goal because it's been a while since we got into these situations. When Garnacho missed a one-on-one last game, when's the last time he got a one-on-one like that? Remember when Hojlund scored off the tap it? The last time he got a chance like that was against Arsenal and it was ruled offside. When's the last time Rashford got a one-on-one like that? What's the last time Hojlund got a one-on-one like that?
That's what you think.
I probably got that's right. He's probably gotten the most, but that's a striker, and that was in the Champions League where they give us more space because of the way European teams set versus Premier League team set. The whole thing right now that this midfield, I'm not gonna lie to you, just our midfield. I'm as a person who really loves the sport. I always loved midfielders, which is why when we did pro clubs, the first player I created was a midfielder. I just really appreciate midfielders that control games, create chances, and do everything. I look at this midfield that we have, and Bruno leads that midfield. It is just such a bad midfield, bro. It's such a horrible midfield. And I look at everyone's role, and I really don't know what people do. There's a few times today, as we mentioned, his ball carrying, where Bruno picked up the ball, couldn't find a pass right away, because he found himself in a situation where he has to dribble, he has to carry the ball. He didn't do it well. The minute you put someone in front of him, just put a body in front of him. That's already a problem. It doesn't matter. You don't need to be a very good defender. Just put a defender in front of Bruno, and that's already an issue. Because if you don't give Bruno space to just carry the ball into and dribble into, it's a problem for him. He loses the ball right away, which is why he tends to pass a lot more or going for Hollywood passes instead of dribbling. He doesn't have the ability to do it. And it's just like, as you said, I'm just shocked at how our number 10 is just so bad at carrying the ball. It's just embarrassing at that point because we've always been renowned for having these very technical footballers, from our Cantonas to Rooney to all these guys. Look at him. It's just like, it's so embarrassing that we even have that in our midfield. Our whole midfield is just like, oh, you can pass, but you're not physical. You're physical, but you can't pass. You can pass, but you can't dribble. Let's put all of them together because they all complement each other's deficiencies. Like, that's really how we put the midfield today. Ericsson can pass, but can't dribble or is not physical. McTominay is physical, can't pass or dribble. And then you got Bruno, who can pass long balls, but it's just like everything is a mess, bro. Our midfield is not good, and I look at Bruno and I'm like, I really don't know where we go with this midfield. I know this is not an issue that we're not gonna address until maybe next summer. But I really don't know how we're gonna go this season with a midfield like this. Like, the only way I see us surviving with a midfield like this is if we go into January and we sign a ball carrying midfielder. We need a number 8, bro. We need someone that I can't see Bruno drop anymore. I don't want to see him drop into the midfield and pick up the ball because he doesn't do it well. I appreciate the efforts, but he doesn't do it well. I need a number 8 to pick up the ball and say, Bruno, you're a final phase player. You're a final third player. You're known for that killer passes, those little dinks into the box, taking shots and all that. I'm going to get you the ball. Let me be the conductor. Let me get the ball from our back line or our 6 and move it up to you. That's what we really need. And actually, this is what we needed in the summer when we went and got Mount. Because that's the only way I can understand having Bruno in this team. Because as long as Bruno is in this team, the current teammates that we have around him, the midfield that we have around him, this midfield is not going to work.
I don't really have anything to disagree with that. Pretty much echo the same statements with Bruno.
Big up Bruno in the comments, by the way.
Yeah, JD said Ahmad number 10 arc. I mean, I've always likened the one comparison Ahmad's always gotten. I think that's fair. Is like, I think he's more of an Odegaard, like, in a sense that, like, that advanced 8 where he, like, kind of, like, not really dictates play, but he kind of, like, he could drift that whole right hand side. He could just play it anywhere, overlap, underlap, sometimes, like, play in between the line. sometimes drop deep. Ahmad did that a lot at Sunderland, which when he had that whole year there, when it was kind of like his team, that team was built to kind of play around him. Which is the one concern I have about Ahmad is when he comes into this team, how well will he transition into a team that's not built around him, like that Sunderland team, and someone that he has to. The chemistry with him and his Sunderland teammates was excellent because they all knew how to play one touch. I don't trust these players to know how to play one touch. It doesn't seem that way. So we'll see. Tevin Jimenez, we did not keep a sussy in here. This is not a channel where we do a lot of AO stuff. We just keep it PG.
Omar is not on, so we actually talked football today.
I like this comment. Alma can do what Cole Palmer is currently doing. I like that. I like that. I think Cole Palmer's a better.
That's a very good comment.
I think Cole Palmer's a better ball striker than Ahmad, in my opinion. But I think Ahmad's a better close control dribbler.
I was gonna say he's a bit more techie than Cole Palmer.
He's a bit more techie. Cole Palmer's more physical because obviously he's a much taller. I think someone compared him to Di Maria yesterday. Cole Palmer, obviously not to like in terms of ability, but just kind of profile. It is not Sussy TV. Greg's Talks is not a Sussy TV channel. We just talk about sports and we keep it PG. We just do cross sport metaphors pretty much. That's about it. And yeah, obviously, so like I said, 3 points, 4 wins in 5, which is somehow fun.
They're in the most formed team in the league right now. I didn't even know that.
This is, I'm telling you right now. You know what my hope is for this season? I want to finish in top 4 with negative goal difference.
You know what I was saying today to Chelsea fans in Spaces?
Funny. That'd be so
Newcastle. Listen to this, Griggs. We have a crisis in our club. We have an ownership issue. We want our manager out. We want Bruno benched. We want Rashford benched. Sancho's eating Lunchables in the parking lot. He's not allowed to change in the locker room. We have a drug dealer goalkeeper, they told me. We have a fridge as a center back. We have like 1,000,001 injuries. We have 1 goal on our front line. We have so many issues. And we are still 6th place while you have the likes of Chelsea after they lose to City tomorrow, because I'll put my bank account that's going to happen. They're going to be 6 points behind us after 12 games. That's a quarter, 1/3 of the season, man.
Almost.
That's almost 1/3, because a third of the season is a fraction over 13, which is not true. So we're 1 game away from a third of the season, and we're gonna guaranteed to be ahead of them anyways. Even if we come back after the international break, we lose and they win. It's actually embarrassing that, bro. Even Newcastle. Look at Newcastle. You know that meme that says flirting versus harassment. That's basically the difference between us.
They have a huge injury crisis right now to them, which I'll give them.
Bro, so do we. We've had an injury crisis all season.
Theirs is bad.
Ours hasn't been bad.
Ours is bad too, but like obviously I think we had a little more depth in them in our case.
But ours has been so bad.
But I hear
We had to sign a third option left back from Spurs because we had no one. We had to play Lindelof.
But I think the thing about this, bro, I know Liverpool are going to win tomorrow. Obviously, it's at Anfield, but like, let's say somehow they draw. That means that they're only 4 points ahead of us.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All these people that bent us, listen, at least I come out here and I hold my hand up and I always say what's wrong with my team. Everyone out there is having a parade, and all I hear is United slander, which I already give my team because I'm realistic. But how's it Howie the lads when it's Newcastle? But you guys are below us in the league. I didn't even know that, bro. When the way that the Newcastle fans been talking all season, you would think they're about to win the league. I just found out today that they're below us. I have Strasbourg Steve, at me all the time in my group chat, and it's like, Staffy, your team is irrelevant, this and that, and I'm like, you know what, fair enough. But then I found out you're below me. Have some shame, bro. You know, as Hamza says, big up Hamza. This is the difference between Hamza and everyone else. Hamza is football heritage. If you're not football heritage like Hamza, you can't be talking like that. How can you be giving me smoke? But then I'm going into international break in November. I'm going to be sitting here for 2 weeks ahead of you. If you're a Chelsea fan, if you're a Newcastle fan, I'm going to be sitting at a different table than you. They're going to have a table for 6. They're going to be like, yo, table for 6. Who's sitting here? And then I'm going to be one of them because I'm going to be United. And then they're going to have the kids table. And then you're going to see Chelsea's on it. And you're going to see Newcastle's on it. If you're a Chelsea fan, if you're a Newcastle fan, you should be very embarrassed that we are this bad and we're ahead of you. And as I said that analogy before, it's like you're taking an exam at school. You're taking a test. And then everyone is leaving. And you're like, shit, I must be stupid because everyone's finishing the test before me. And then you look behind you. And then you see Chelsea still there. And you're like, you know what? Thank God. I'm not the only idiot here. There's someone more stupid than me. It's Chelsea, and now it's actually Newcastle. So this should be 100% embarrassed, bro. 100% embarrassed.
I said, bro, wait till Lissandro and Shaw come back. That's when we start picking up points, man. I promise you. I told you, we're finishing top 4. We're finishing above Spurs because Madison's out till the new year now. It's clear for them. It's so clear for them.
He is out until January, so if it's on that premises, then I agree with you.
And I think honestly, we're finishing 4th in our UCL group. I'm not even joking. I think we finished 4th, bro, because we might have no Hojlund and Rashford for Galatasaray. If you think about it, if Hojlund's hamstring injury is worse than initially thought,
you know what just hit me? It's gonna be Martial stance. Oh my god, the Martial build up.
You're about to say Garnacho, Martial, Anthony front 3, bro.
That's what I'm telling you. Imagine the Martial fan club is gonna be out.
Yeah,
one last run.
I will not be there. I will not be watching Galatasaray away with that front 3. You will not catch me watching that, bro. So they can't fun with that.
I'm gonna force you to do my watch along. Since you said that, I'm gonna be like, yo, Griggs, you're doing the watch along on Staffy TV today.
You could do your own watch along, bro.
I'm gonna be like, yo, Griggs, I'm hiring you for the job today. I'll pay you to do it.
I'll do it. But nah, I think United. I think we're not doing well. We're struggling, but I think we'll eventually when we get some players back. If we finish 4th in the UCL group, that means once a week football. That gives more time on the training ground, more recovery time. I think we'll be fine. I think we can finish top 4 genuinely. I don't know what other team obviously Man City and Liverpool are finishing ahead of us. I don't know what the other team that will be with us will be. It could be Newcastle. It could be Spurs or Arsenal. I forgot about them. Whoops. Never mind. There's your 4 then.
Yeah, I mean, it's top 5 this year, but we'll worry
about that. It's not. Right now, it's not.
I mean, it's because of us. We might ruin it for Europe. For England.
We might ruin it. Newcastle might ruin it. I don't think Brighton are top 2 in their Europa League group.
Well, it's embarrassing. You know what? That's a master plan. We did that on purpose. We saw that we can't make top 4, so we decided to F over everyone.
Ain't no one else making top 4 either. We're taking everyone down with us, but now we'll see, bro. But obviously, someone said I'm about the December fixtures. Where'd it go?
We played Chelsea, and bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. All these people that saying they can't wait to come to Old Trafford, bro, we're beating Chelsea, bro.
They haven't beaten us like 7 years. I ain't worried.
Bro, the last time they beat us, Morata scored. I didn't even know that. I remember exactly where I watched that game.
The header at the bridge.
That's how long ago it was, bro. Oh my god, it's actually so funny.
I look at our fixtures real quick. So let's take a quick look. We got Everton away next. Tough game. I can't lie.
They've been playing well.
They've been playing good.
I don't think it's an easy game.
Galatasaray, that's Champions League. We forget about that. We got Newcastle under the lights at St. James Park.
All right, so that's 3 points gone.
Yeah, we might get small. If we win that game, if we manage to win that game, I'm 100% confident that this team is getting top 4.
That might be the turnaround.
Win at St. James Park away, that's actually a massive game.
Who's injured for them? Because I know they have what's his name out. Isaac.
Botman's back by then. I know that for sure.
Botman, okay.
Bruno G's back by then. Almiron's injured apparently now.
I didn't know that.
Isaac's injured. I don't know if he'll be back. Callum Wilson's injured. And they got a couple. Dan Burn won't be there for that game. I know that for sure. But
be a chance.
And Trippier's out of form right now. Trippier's been horrible for them. So it's probably the best time to play Newcastle in a sense. But we'll see. Baumann won't be back. Baumann will be back. He's meant to be back after international break, apparently. DCL always has a plan for us at Garrison Park, man. He always scores on us over there. It's so bad, bro. But De Gea's not there no more, so he always capitalizes on a De Gea mistake. And that De Gea
because he's good in the air, and De Gea was shocking in the air.
You know, Onana is third in clean sheets.
Bro, I saw that, bro. Onana has more clean sheets than Alisson, and you guys told me that he's a drug dealer.
Don't do this on my channel.
No. Wait.
That's not the thing. On my channel,
no, that's not what I'm saying. He's not better than Alisson, okay? But these guys, that's why I said, guys, stop overcooking it. People love to overcook a player. Onana, when he made his mistakes, easily, bro, make fun of him. But now, if that's the logic that you're going to use with every little thing, I'm going to come at you and be like, yo, now he has more clean sheets than Alisson. I could easily be shameless like you guys and say he's better than Alisson.
That's why I hate that.
He's not.
I hate the Golden Glove. That's why I said with De Gea last year, it didn't matter to me, bro.
They told me De Gea had a Golden Glove. Why'd you get rid of him? I was like, so was De Gea better than Alisson? No. So why the hell you told me I should have kept it?
Well, Staffy, I want to introduce you to a person that's more positive than Omar. This Omo Solo guy. He's from Faz's channel. I did a couple of streams with him. There is not a more positive person about Man United than this person on planet Earth.
I already see it's coming. He said we're beating Newcastle. Saw them.
Every single game he predicted United win. He predicted we're gonna win the league last year. Probably predicted we're gonna win the league this year. He loves Facundo Pellistri. Called him world class. So he thought that Omar was the most positive person. He's absolutely not the most positive person that you'll ever meet. Speaking of Omar, I don't know how many likes we're at. Let me go check right now.
We're on 27 likes.
So three more likes. So we get. I don't want to end the stream until we get 30 likes. That's the rule.
So see, guys, here's the thing.
I'm gonna keep Staffy hostage.
Griggs is gonna hold me hostage until we get 3 more likes. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like being held hostage. I like to be at my
I don't want
own
the eggs. I'm hungry. I want to go eat food.
I like to be a free man. I like to do what I want. I wanted to end the stream and go do a few things, and then actually, speaking of streams, I'm gonna be live in an hour. So everyone who's watching us right now,
make sure you guys well. I have Staffy's link in the description. I'm pretty sure you're in the title too.
It's in the title. Go to the title right now. I see it. See, it says Staffy TV. If you click on it, it's not gonna end the stream. By the way, it's gonna open my channel next to this stream. Hit subscribe, and then go to the video. You're gonna see that I have a video posted.
With 2 more likes, we're at 28. I would also appreciate there's 42 people watching. Just 4 more subs so we get to 180 by the end of the show. Just 4 more subs. Not asking for a lot. We're at 176. Let's get it to 180. Well, slowly but surely. 200 by Thanksgiving. That's the goal. That's the goal we set. Slowly but surely. I need a favor from Chelsea tomorrow. I doubt it's happening, unfortunately. Chelsea's getting smoked tomorrow. I'll be real.
Bro, I said like 6-0 or something. That's how confident I am.
Almost said my tune has changed. Oh, damn. Man United even broke Omo. That's crazy, man. See what this club has done, bro. They break the most positive people on the planet. This club is. Appreciate it, JJ. I don't know what else we have. Oh, no. Go look at the December fixtures. I forgot about that. We have Chelsea. Bournemouth at home, who just beat Newcastle, to be fair. I told people about Dom Solanke, by the way. They did not listen to me. I said, buy the stock, invest in Dom Solanke, and they didn't do that. And we have Danny, who designs this beautiful thumbnail behind me that I'm also using as an overlay because I'm a noob when it comes to this kind of stuff. That's why I need Staffy to teach me.
Bro, I sometimes do that too.
I said, bro, people boo me, bro. Like, I'm telling you, Dom Solanke. So if we want to buy like a veteran striker in January, he's not really a veteran. That's someone we should consider, even though it costs a lot, though. Can't lie.
He is a Premier League veteran if you think of it. He's just very young, but he's a veteran.
I feel that Liverpool and Chelsea. Well, Cobham somehow always delivers people. Then we got Bayern Munich, Liverpool, West Ham. Yo, that West Ham game is 7:30 in the morning. I didn't even know about that. We have to wake up 7:30 to go watch the Lob City Hammers of West Ham.
When?
In December.
I'll worry about that then.
Yeah, we're about Staffy's gonna cancel. I don't already know Staffy's gonna cancel the watch long for that game. He ain't waking up 7:30 to watch Thomas Suchek dunk on us back post corner. This clip.
You know what, bro? I found it hard to wake up today and watch a 10 a.m. game.
Bro,
let alone that.
I was playing Fortnite last night. I can't lie. I was like at least 2 a.m. before.
That's not late, bro. I can't be doing that. No
I dug pro clubs last night. I can't lie. My bad.
Oh, you guys all cooked pro clubs yesterday, by the way. I sat there, bro. I was hurt. I was like, it's time for me to start my own team. Because these guys all cooked me. Almighty, you're a fraud. Griggs, you're a fraud. Mike Dess isn't a fraud. Mike Dess wanted to play, but for the sake of it, I will call him a fraud as well.
Hey, people, come on, man. 2 more likes. Get on your burners, man. I know some of you got burners. The second YouTube channel.
We're actually 1 like away.
Or 1 updated. See, that's why I hate YouTube on my phone.
Yeah. Your phone is probably.
I gotta go on the app. I gotta go on the laptop.
I mean, people on the replay when they watch this.
True. The replay always helps. James Ward-Prowse his best ever performance. Always does it against us, bro. James Ward-Prowse, bro. The hair's not there. The near post corners maybe not going. You never know. But did we hit 30? Or is it 1 like us? So
no, still.
We're at 29.
Damn, Griggs really is holding me hostage.
I am. I'm not leaving until it's 30.
So what happened if someone unlikes right now?
Let's clip. I can't let that on my let go. Morning, guys. Things to say. I can't lie.
All right. Well, either way, I mean, since we are going to wrap up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up.
We will thank everyone who watched us. Big up to everyone who tuned in from Said's channel, and for everyone who's watching us on the replay. I know we're saying 30 likes now, but by the time you were watching us on the replay, we already hit over 30. So ignore what we were talking about. Right now, it's your job to get us to 50 because you're watching us on the replay right now. So when you watch this and you reach this section right now, because we're an hour and 15 minutes in, this is me, Staffy, talking to you,
Someone did
telling
unlike, by the
you.
way.
What's that?
Someone did unlike, by the way.
There's a lot of trolls. But listen, this is what I'm saying.
Guarantee
People on the
you it was
replay.
Omar, I guarantee you it was Omar.
Maybe it is, bro. But that's how YouTube works. I think people for getting me to like 1,800 subs, and then all of a sudden I go to like 1,799.
Sometimes I
Like
gotta
you guys
respect. As a hater myself, I like to consider myself hater of the year. Wait before you end till could Arsenal. I hope not. I don't want to see Arsenal win a Champions League. I definitely don't want to see Arsenal win a Premier League unless it's over. Man, actually, I kind of do because I don't want to see Man City do a 4P. So you know what? Fair enough. But I think you could win. I think you could win Champions League if any competition because you have a really solid defense, and that's always what you need in Champions League. You might have like a top two center back partnership in Gabriel and Saliba, but I think your attack will let you down at the end of the day because Gabriel Jesus for me cannot be the leading striker in the Champions League. I don't think he's clinical enough. I don't think Nketiah is good enough. So we'll see. But you guys want to sign a striker in January, like an Ivan Toney, for example, or you might go big and sign like Osimhen somehow, then that's a different story. But now I'm back up to 29. The hater unhated. Fair enough, man. But yeah, I think JJ agree with me. So yeah. But yeah, to wrap up real quick, if it doesn't hit 30, it doesn't hit 30 is what it is. Like Staffy said, 50 likes on replay would be appreciative, but let's just make sure you get 30 for now. Also 180 subs would be nice. Make sure you guys go check Staffy. Link is in the title and in the description. Also, link to his Twitter is in the description as well. I know he doesn't use it as much, but apparently now he's on Spaces all day, so he does use Twitter now, I guess. Hamza has convinced him to use Spaces, I guess. He is the king of Spaces, Hamza, because he's on Spaces.
Hamza invites me to Spaces every day, and it's been getting my followers up. So actually, get me to 1,000 followers because I'm almost there.
Yeah, to 1,000K, bro. I think I'm almost at 1,800 as well. I would appreciate that, but I hate that, bro. So the worst feeling on Twitter is getting quoted by big Man United account because all the people that flock in with Sancho Avies and United in their ad is terrible. It's so bad. So bad. I have to mute every tweet now. It's so bad. Big up Jarvis. I remember you from Saeed Stream. You're always on Saeed Stream every time I'm on the debate show, so I remember your name. So the defensive system, I think we can win the Prem. You're not winning the Prem. I'm gonna be real. No team is winning the Premier League as long as Pep Guardiola is here. We have no chance. We have to wait for him to leave this league somehow. Someone has to kick him out, find him on a drug charge or anything. Just get him out of my league, please. This guy is annoying me. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Staffy. I'm sure he has a Saturday night Prem show. I think every single Saturday.
Yeah, it's in 50 minutes. Big up, by the way. We already hit 30 likes. So
there we go. 30 likes. Yeah, that's why
that's
why I like my viewers, man. You guys come through, man. That's what I like to see. I always appreciate that.
31 likes. And like Greg said, I'm live in 50 minutes for the Saturday night show. I will have
big up Never Foul.
I will have
Daps, all the people over there. Always know the vibes.
I'm gonna have Hamza, Saad.
I'm there. I will be there no matter what, bro.
Hamza versus Jimmy. Chelsea versus
I can see what the Jimmy, bro. Yo, Hamza, bro, with some dinner, bro. Hamza entertainment, bro. That clip last week of Hamza trying to dribble a football will forever be etched into my brain as the funniest clip I've seen on YouTube because that was absolutely.
I need to go back and clip that.
Every single time he enters, bro. Oh, I think we just got rated by someone. Oh, Never Foul first.
I'd be Never Foul. Yeah.
Appreciate the I think we're wrapping up now, but I always appreciate the redirect. Anyone that's here, like, subscribe, because I know a lot of you guys haven't been redirected here before, so I would appreciate it. Omar is in here still. Let's get money.
Now, this is how we're going to do this, Greg. We're going to thank everyone who came in right now for the redirection. We're going to say big up. Unfortunately, we are wrapping up the show, but there's no reason why you can't just drag that, go all the way back and rewatch this on the replay because we're about to wrap up, but it doesn't mean that you can't watch it. Watch it on the replay, but before you do, hit the like button and subscribe because Greg's on 176 right now. By the end of the time you guys are watching this video, we should be at 200 subs on this channel. So this is what we're going to do because this redirect is still going to mean something. So big up to everyone who redirected. Who joined from the redirection.
I'm just going to have, every time I do a show, I'm just going to have Staffy come in the end as the motivational guy.
Yeah, bro, because you're too nice. I'm like, no. We're not doing that. We're wrapping up, but we're still going to ask them to pay their rent. Their rent is the like and the subscription. Watch it on the replay.
I'm very humble when it comes to this kind of stuff. That's where I need the confidence. That's why I have Staffy. Staffy's going to be my pep coach. That's what I have Staffy as.
I'm a coach.
That's what Staffy is. JJ said Hamza is the funniest video I've ever seen on YouTube. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you guys watch Staffy in an hour. My next video tomorrow, I'm gonna do a basketball takeaways show. I'm gonna start doing that every Sunday. Takeaways from the week from basketball, because basketball right now is the best sport on this planet. It is not the sport we consider football. I promise you, it's basketball. Don't. I know this is a football show, but trust me, football hype, man. Man United have killed my love for the sport. So it's all about basketball right now. New York Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Staffy agrees with me, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, sub to Staffy TV, sub to Griggs Talks. Staffy's gonna be on the channel a lot more. This is the first time, even though, like I said, we've done 100 plus videos together. It feels like it might be less, but it feels like 100 at this point. And I'll also get Omar in here because he hasn't made his debut yet. I'm gonna make sure I have a special intro cooked up for him because I know he loves his special entrances. He gets a lot of props. This guy's gonna come in some random ass prop. Steph and Omar got beef low key. AFC Chris says cricket NFL clear. Well, maybe not anymore. Used to be back in the day. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you again. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. You know the drill, and peace.